After the Bloomreaper opinion video, I went through every single one of the comments and one thing became crystal clear. Most people aren't necessarily losing this fight because they're underpowered. They are losing because they are strategically confused about how Bloomreaper actually works. Now what's good everyone, it's Worth here, and if you watched the last video, you know that the discussion got pretty lively, and if you haven't seen it yet, it's linked above, give it a peep. But today I'm going to be breaking down the exact tips and the tech that will make this fight finally click, without any cheesy exploits or gimmicks. So whether you're new to the game, or just having a wee bit of trouble with this particular bundle of joy, oh, there's going to be something here for you. These are the reasons why I don't think that the fight is bad, and I might even like it. Now what surprised me wasn't any disagreements, right? I knew what people were going to complain about. It's going to be the invulnerability phase, and it's going to be that goddamn fog. What I realized is that how many people were frustrated by the moveset that Bloomreaper has. This means one thing: approaching the fight from the wrong strategical way is a recipe to be les miserables. So instead of arguing whether Bloomreaper is good or bad in design, it's already here, nothing we can do about that. I wanted to do something little more useful. Today, I'm going to break down all the phases, show you the common mistakes and the small positioning and the timing tips and tricks that will actually matter, and how to make this fight comfortable and consistent and controlled. So if Bloomreaper has been giving you trouble in UVHM6, this video will fix that. And if you want the full build that turns these tips into a straight up shift delete, that's linked as well up on the top. And if you get some knowledge out of this video, hit subscribe, ring the bell, like the video, hype the video, all that nonsense that YouTube lets you know. It has the channel way more than you can imagine. But enough of that, let's get into the fight. So in phase 1, there are a few things to focus and a few things to worry about. You know it by now. The objective is to uproot the big old fella, get his ass up and running, and you do this by nuking the crystals and then the little floating shards as quickly as possible. You have to kill the shards, otherwise they're gonna land back as a crystal again, and then platinum, you can just go like, bye-bye, have a beautiful time. Comment below if you got the reference. Now structurally, this will lead you down in either of two paths. You can do massive AoE, or you can do ricochet. And if you go, but Worthy, what guns would that be? Could you give me a few recommendations? Well, my friend, of course I can, don't worry about that. For weapons, think about things like linebacker, wombo combo, grenades, massive heavy ordnance rockets for AoE. And for ricochet, there is one uncontested, beautiful, beautiful machinery that currently has taken the entire game by storm. It is Dark Beast. I have shat on that gun before, and I have to offer a formal apology, so please, Mr. Beast, forgive me. Wait, that sounded like I'm apologizing to the content creator. Anyway, so please, Dark Beast, forgive me. But either way, anything Jacobs will do, right? So jokes aside, Bonnie and Clyde, Dark Beast, they are all very good options. Dark Beast just seems to be one step above because the explosion that it does just do a lot of damage. A small thing to note is that crystals don't give any kill skills. It's not a big deal, but there are some characters like Hollow that needs to shoot to reduce the action skill. It's good to be aware of it, that doesn't happen on there. Additionally, there are 3 types of ads and a couple of booby traps. For the ads, you can have a crystal one that shoots at you, kill that, but doesn't give a kill skill. You can have a regular shitling with health bar, and you can have an armored one. Those are fair game, give you the kill skill, give you the cooldown reduction, everything. And for the booby traps, basically anything that looks like a flyer on the ground is not a smelling garden, so stay the bloody heck away from it. If you go near it, it will explode and it will leave a hazard on the entire platform. It will do a crap ton of damage. And now for the big beautiful attack that everybody hates. The red circle that will pulse 3 times, and then on the 4th, it will knock you to China. Woo! Fly away. Now the very easy attack that you can do here is just a jumping puzzle, guys. On the 3rd wave, you can jump up, double jump, and you will never ever get hit. If you wanna be super safe, you can jump back from the platform and then dash forward once it's done. That's it. So once this happens, you killed all the crystals, you killed all the little floating shards, what then? Well, he's gonna come up, he's gonna start shitting under himself, and then put up prickly thorny vines on the top platform, which means you're no longer welcome there, so you're gonna have to move. And that's where the grappling points come in, the main movement in the entire fight. The only thing that you need to understand is that once a grappling point is used, it goes on a cooldown. Exactly the same way that it does in the overworld. You cannot spam it, it goes in a couple of seconds cooldown. But what happens is that if you use another one, it will instantly reset the cooldown. So theoretically speaking, unless you're someone like Harlow that needs to get the cooldown back up by shooting, you can just levitate yourself between two alternating grappling points. You can keep it super clean, super smooth, and you're ready for phase 2. Now, once he put down the prickly vines, what he's going to do is he's going to jump always onto the higher platforms. Every single one of the platforms has two different grappling points opposite to each other. So try to keep yourself levitating in a way where he's facing. This is anecdotal evidence. It does happen that he's jumping here, turning 180 and then jumping to the opposite platform, but most of the time I have seen he's always jumped on the platform where he was facing. So you have about a 70% chance that you're going to be okay, but at least 50%, right? So just keep that in mind. Now, in phase 2, he has a couple of moves that he can do. 1, he can jump. 2, he can shit under himself. 3, he can summon Eds. And 4, he can do the laser beam out of his eyes. So what you can do is once he lands on the top platform, you can either start blasting, but keep in mind that he can jump once or twice before he settles fully down to do an attack. That's, as far as I can tell, is a very random roll, so there is no set of pattern that where he's always going to jump once and then I beam and then jump and then just adds. Doesn't matter. It will roll itself within the game and then decide what to do. This phase is straightforward. You got to get him down to 33% health. Now, I do have one major disclaimer here, and I will bring the receipts next Saturday. You need to make sure that your build is not so fucking strong that the engine will freak out, because you will fail the timer. I shit you not. My Harlow build that I'm releasing, or the setup that I'm releasing this Saturday is so freaking OP that I had to unoptimize the gear, otherwise the engine can't keep up. I'm playing without a goddamn enhancement. You could say that the new sniper is S tier. Yeah. So sub and stick around, you will not want to miss that. It is actually quite hilarious. But anyway, in this phase, the same rule applies. If you're using a ricochet gun with an overshield and siphon build, you can literally stay on the same platform as he does, as long as it's not covered in poop. The only thing that he's going to do is he's going to tuck his shoulders in, jump up, and then Snorlax body slam. You can avoid it by jumping, so if you jump with him, you'll be fine. If you're not using any kind of ricochet, the ads might wreck you, because there is going to be the floating little ads that are flying towards you and then exploding. So you're going to have to keep bouncing yourself. But this is where the important one comes in, right? That every single platform has two different grappling points opposite to each other. So there's going to be one in front of you, and there's going to be one behind you. You can just go back and forth and back and forth. And if you're really in trouble, there's going to be one up above you in the top platform. You can go to that. That's as simple as that. I would generally recommend that you build towards Siphon or some sort of sustain, because then you can just tank the I-beam, tank everything, and you can just keep on nuking. If you do enough damage to his eyes, you'll be able to rip it out, so make sure to not miss. There is no set percentage for that. It is damage based, and it's very hard to tell how much damage. I've been trying to decipher it, but you guys know how the floating text looks like here, right? It's not a chance. Either way, it will kind of spaz out like that, and then it will fall down. Once you see the animation and you kind of get used to it, you can spam your melee button so that you can rip it out immediately, so you don't lose any damage with the actual timer, because he's going to be invulnerable in that phase. And that's it. Keep that in mind, right? He will not do the beam attack anymore if you do this. Otherwise, if you don't, phase 3, he's still going to have a beam attack, which, to be fair, might actually make the fight easier with all the fog. Anyway, once you get him to 33% of health, he'll start farting up the room. That's going to happen until you can't see anything. Now, while he's farting, he's going to be invulnerable. However, the taunts from the top of the middle platform will disappear after a few seconds. The general advice is that you're going to camp there, get your cooldowns ready, get your amp up, and then pull your guns out, ready to rumble, right? Now, it takes about 15 seconds for him to gas up the entire room. So, if you really want to be nerdy, you could go 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. But I would really recommend just feeling it out, right? And then kind of getting into the groove of it. In phase 3, I would highly recommend that you keep on top of him. And if you can't, there are 2 nifty tricks. The first one is an excellent tip that one of my commenters gave me, and I didn't even think about it. That was crazy. You can activate Echo 4, and you will highlight the grapple points in green so that you can at least know where the platforms are and you're not getting disoriented within the fog. And the second is if you use an Atlas tracker, you can just blast away like a Shaolin blind monk, just go like, and it will find the bullets itself, right? Easy as that. There's nothing else new in this fight other than this. It is without a doubt one of the most, no, it is the most claustrophobic experience that I have had in Borderlands 4. It is to the point that I can respect it. But if you're going to Platinum, you're gonna have to nuke him, and if you aren't, you need to make sure you get your floating game up and your jetpack management is gonna be there and present. And remember, there's one big caveat here. It is okay to fuck up. Don't be frustrated. Nobody is going to deduct from your salary if you die or fail the Platinum timer itself. I have failed it so many times, I lost count. Absolutely. So you're gonna find that one groove, that one setup that will just work, and then you farm everything out. And then you literally stop giving a fuck about Platinum because all it gives is the enhancements and the actual snipers, and you're very quickly gonna farm out a lot of them, right? But look, if there's one key takeaway is this. You can absolutely brute force Bloomreaper, but it becomes a fight that you can truly appreciate once you fully understand it. Once the positioning, the timing, the phases, they just click, it goes from frustrating to completely manageable, except the fog. If this helps you at all, do me a favor and hit subscribe. It genuinely helps the channel and it lets me know to keep putting out these kind of breakdowns instead of just surface level takes. And on Saturday, I'm dropping that full hollow build that turns everything you just saw into a straight up shit show. I'm not exaggerating when I say that I had to de-optimize the game, otherwise the engine just starts freaking out. You saw a bit of it earlier. So if you want to trivialize this fight, make sure you're here for that. But anyway, thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.